You cannot be a perfect father, you cannot be a perfect husband, a perfect employee, a perfect fitness model. You can't do it all 100%, and that's what I've learned over the years, first and foremost, is it's trade-offs. Where I'm at today is actually a big product of where I've came from. Looking back to my late teens and early 20s, I was 120 pounds, unhealthy, and unhappy. I was also a college dropout, and my doctor told me I was on a path toward diabetes. I had low self-confidence and a low self-esteem, and I knew I had to change my life around. I started off slow. I changed my diet a little bit, started exercising more, started noticing some good benefits from it, and then I found Bodybuilding.com, and absolutely everything changed. I originally am from northeastern Pennsylvania, small little town in the coal region that no one ever hears of. It's called Weatherly, Pennsylvania. I was always an active kid. Parents always said I was happy, outgoing, energetic, enthusiastic. When I was 5 years old, I found out I was hypoglycemic, and I was playing t-ball actually. It was a hot summer day, and I remember everything going white, and I passed out. And they rushed me to the doctors, and the doctor's like, get sugar in them, get sugar in them. And being a 5-year-old, I was like, yeah, sugar.
The doctor told us, well, when he diagnosed him with hypoglycemia, that we should make sure he eats more frequent meals, like every hour. He didn't necessarily say what, so it was any kind of snacks. Unfortunately, candy was one of them. And like Tic Tacs or anything would be a really quick fix. Little did we know that that isn't what you're supposed to do. It's not supposed to be sugar.
You could eat a whole cake and we didn't think nothing of it. We thought I was just that hungry, but it did like the sweets.
I was always playing sports. I was really competitive. I liked to perform well, so I tried really hard. And when I wasn't in school, I was practicing for some sort of sport. So weight was never really an issue. Didn't change the fact that I wasn't healthy, and I didn't realize it until later in my high school career. I was having spells where I would pass out again. I would break out into these crazy sweats. So I went back to the doctor, and they were like, whoa, man, you gotta get your act together. You're gonna be pre-diabetic. And it was like, what? I'm gonna turn into a diabetic? Like, diabetes was never mentioned at this point. And they said, if you're going down this road the way you are and your diet doesn't change, you're on a path toward diabetes. And I was like, well, what do I do? I need to fix it. You know, I can't become diabetic. I'm way too young on top of it. It was like getting hit by a train. I can't even describe the way I felt, because I've seen what diabetes has done to so many people. I did what most people do. And I went home and I went on the internet. I get this diet plan, and it's mostly lean proteins, and I knew nothing about nutrition at the time, by the way. Carbohydrates, proteins, fat meant very little to me. Macro, micronutrients meant almost nothing. It was almost another language. So I typed in all this stuff, what I should be doing, diet I should be following, and bodybuilding hits started coming up. I learned the fundamentals about nutrition, diet, exercise, training, and I started applying them. And then in the meantime, I graduated from high school. My diet wasn't totally corrected yet. I still struggled. I mean, you imagine going how many years of your life consuming cake, pies, Pop-Tarts, whatever you want, whenever you want, as much as you want. It was a hard transition. It was almost like I was going through withdrawal. It was insane. I decided to go all in with the new diet. So I made up a training program, I made up a nutrition program, and I stuck to it. But the most important part of it all was having someone there to believe in me when I didn't believe in myself. When I was down and out, for me, it was my wife that was there for me, girlfriend at the time. Met her when she was 14. She believed in me more than I believed in myself, and when I saw that, it ignited that spark in me to try harder. I was like, if she believes so firmly in me, like, I could do this. I started making some gains in the gym. I started putting on some muscle mass. I started building confidence. She was like, you should go back to school. You should go back to school. And I went back to school. set really ambitious goals, which I learned from the fitness and bodybuilding world. It taught me structure, taught me how to apply a framework to set up short-term goals to achieve bigger goals and long-term goals and accomplish daunting things that take time and effort and planning. Health, fitness was all balanced with a personal life, managing the stress of school. I studied at different schools. I traveled 8 different countries. I trained at gyms in every single state, got to meet people, didn't fall off my diet, learned how to balance everything. And I graduated with my undergrad and my graduate degree in sciences with a perfect 4.0 GPA, top of my class, spoke at my graduation with my wife as a co-speaker. It was really, really cool. In 2012, there was the Bodybuilding.com spokesmodel contest, which is held every year around this time in the autumn season, October, November, where Bodybuilding.com does this contest where they reach out to look for people to represent the company, who they think embodies the company's missions, who could live a healthy lifestyle, be the face of Bodybuilding.com.
Bodybuilding.com and Body Space is influencing people around the globe to get better bodies and live out their dreams. And Bodybuilding.com makes that totally available to someone tonight.
Zane thought about entering the spokesmodel contest for a few years in a row. And every time he'd say, yeah, but I don't think that I look like those guys. Like, I don't think I can hang. And finally, we were living in Michigan, and I remember having this conversation with him where I was like, you're gonna regret it. You have to try. And if you don't get it, you don't get it, but you're never gonna regret trying. So I was like, you really have to do it this year. You have to do it this year, and we'll just see what happens.
I'll never forget the day she's like, I'm making you enter. We went to the local YMCA and took my pictures with the newspaper, submitted the images, made it past the first round, and I was like, wow, I cannot believe I got past the first round. Then you had to make a video of your story of why you think you would be a good candidate for being spokesmodel contest.
And I'm honored, humbled, and pumped to be a 2013 Body Space spokesmodel semifinalist. I can't thank you enough for considering me. I'm so grateful. I know I won't let you down if you give me a chance, and I sincerely hope that I get to see you in LA. Thanks.
When he found out he was a finalist for the spokesmodel contest, we were living in Oregon at the time, and we were walking into the YMCA to work out, and we were with a friend of ours too, and all of a sudden Zane stopped walking.
I stopped dead in my tracks, looked at my email, and it said, congratulations, you are a finalist for the spokesmodel contest. Pack your bags, you're going to LA, is I think what the email said, and I was like floored, totally ecstatic, dream come true stuff. Scared out of my mind because I was going on stage next to people who did this for kind of a living or competed before or were monsters, and I was very scared. I was a soil physicist at the time, I believe, working for the USDA or in transition from a position like that, and I was standing next to like a personal trainer and a competitor, and it was like I was a deer in the headlights.
Let's give a round of applause right here for Zane Hadzick coming out from Oregon.
I've been down and out. I was 120 pounds, I was depressed, I was pre-diabetic, and Bodybuilding.com instilled in me the principles I needed to know to overcome all those obstacles and believe in myself. And I know that's the hardest part, and that's what I want to do. I want to believe in others, to empower them to believe in themselves so that they can do great things as well. Not only with their fitness, but in life.
Let's give them a round of applause. They've come a long way. Congratulations.
It all stems back to hypoglycemia. So this problem in the beginning led to this tremendous transformation of success for me. I was able to not only take what I learned in the fitness and bodybuilding world, but I allowed it to improve all other aspects of my life. So where I'm at today is just trying to do my best to juggle being a trainer for folks, managing my full-time job, and at the top of that priority list is being a dad, a role model, a husband, and still managing to find time for the family and social life and hobbies and stuff like that too. So sail through the farmland, high on the breeze. Where's the owl? Can you show me the owl? Ooh, she's gonna fall. She's relying on you. You know, it's not always
Rainbows and sunshine.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that. Oftentimes I think it comes across as though everything's perfect. I think it would be naive of me to sit here and say that you could do all of those things 100% and be perfect at all of them. It's finding that balance of how to juggle it all without driving yourself totally insane and trying to accomplish everything. I think we really need to realize that we're all dynamic. We're not static. We change a lot over time, and we need to be okay with that. We need to explore the world to find out who we are and be adaptable to find that sustainability that I was talking about in the long term. I mean, that's what it's all about. You know, life isn't fitness and bodybuilding. Life's so much more. So if you could find something you love in fitness and bodybuilding, and you could allow that to spill over into other aspects of your life and improve it and enhance it, let it happen. You know, go for it. Let it propel you to success in other aspects of your life. It's done wonders for me, and I hope I could help others do the same.